The year was 1988. The Seoul Olympics were in Korea. I think I did an intro for 1988 already, but Pwnery was 9 years old. Anyway, welcome back to Kicking It Old School. I know we've been gone for a while, but I've had a lot going on in my life. But I'll spare you the details. I sort of mentioned it before in last week's War Room, which I do on Friday nights. But this is Faxanadu. And this is one of those games that's going to take a long time to play, but I did one hack that's going to make our lives a lot easier. Because generally what I do when I play this game is I go to a very specific spot on the map and I just farm gold coins until I have enough money to get the Spike Shield and Thunder, I think it is, which there's a shop early in the game that offers it, which makes no sense at all. It's like, why is this here in the very beginning of the game? And the only thing I could think of is the original developer decided to put it there for guys like me who will actually take the time to grind it out. To do that properly, it takes about an hour of going back and forth between two maps and killing the same monster over and over and over. I'll probably mention where I do it when I pass by it, and then make the gold and go buy the shield and the spell, which makes you incredibly more powerful than the areas you will go into for quite a while. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This was one of those iconic role-playing games I played growing up. And it made me wonder if there were others before or after it in the sequence that just never made it to Nintendo. And I believe the answer is yes, but I've yet to find them or play them. I'd like to. Like, if there was a game before this, I'd love to play it. If there's one that came after this, I'm really curious what happens next. Because I played Betrayal at Krondor towards the first season ending for Kicking It Old School. And, it definitely leaves you wanting for more. The problem is the sequel didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Although I have a friend who played the sequel and he says, oh no, it eventually makes sense. It doesn't to me. The game doesn't even feel the same. Now, granted, Dynamix, they actually used a engine for Red Baron, I think it was, to do Betrayal at Krondor, so they tried to take an orange to make an apple. Do you need a ring? Oh shoot, I forgot. You have to go see the priest first. He gives you a ring, the ring lets you enter the castle. Which, I mean, if the king is expecting you, you would imagine that he would just be like, yo, come on in, I need you. But no, he's gonna make you jump through hoops. It'd be really embarrassing if we die before we even get there, huh? If you hear any whining in the background, it's my puppy. She's strangely needy this morning. The other thing is the grind thing that I do, it makes you get a bunch of experience for titles, but if I remember right, the titles really don't mean anything in the game. Like, they don't do anything extra for you, so the hack I did will give me the thing I need from the grind that's actually of benefit to us. You'll see it when it happens. Now, if I was polite, I'd do it from down here. But I could just do it from over here. I'll be polite this once. I think it's maybe the first step? Yeah. This guy's a blinking problem. Anyway, if you were wondering why I haven't done episodes for 2 weeks, when it rains, it pours, and life hit me with tsunamis. Like 3 different specific kinds. And it's been rough, but I made it through. He says he's going to give us 1,500 golds. Alright. Looks like more than 1,500, huh? Hacks. So yeah, I did a money hack for the beginning. Because that way I don't have to do the grind for the stuff we're going to go get. This guy... I think if you do train for fighting or whatever, all it does is up here, it heals you. He makes your magic restored, which we have full magic, so there's no point of that. Oh god, I just gotta stop running into those guys. These guys all tell you clues throughout your journey. No, I don't, as a matter of fact. So I have to go see this bald guy over here, who was of internet meme fame, with his hairy arms. What would you like? I'd like a dagger. It's not ticking down my money. Apparently we have infinite gold. That's fine too. That's fine. Need an elixir. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, one part about most of these games that drive me nuts is having to do a repetitive grind for a video just for money. It's like, eh. See, I don't have to do that. See, and then like the purchasing system in this game was so primitive that you have to do every single transaction as each individual dialogue. Kind of annoying. So then you just whip through it like this. Get a couple of these just because I'm really clumsy. And because I missed 2 weeks, I will try to give you an hour today. And I have beaten this game repeatedly, so I may do this for a few episodes just to get through it. Another series similar was suggested to me by a friend not too long ago, and I'm considering doing it, but to do that one, it may take an entire season of kicking it old school. And if you think that's cool, I'll do it. But I don't know if that would bore you to tears if I did 24 episodes of just one game. Then again, maybe I can get through it faster than that, but I doubt it. It's a long game. If I remember right, that game that I'm thinking about, on average, takes 60 hours to complete. Even if I did 24 one-hour episodes, I mean, maybe I could skip ahead a few and just be like, okay, you catch me here, this is all I did in between. That's a possibility, and I really would like to play it, because there's a incredibly done fan-made sequel that fits in between two games, the two games that the original developer made. The meteor drove the dwarves crazy, and apparently we're an elf. We don't really look like an elf. Where's the nurse's office? This is the door we came in. I thought there was a doctor's office. Or did I just inadvertently pass it and not even know? Whatever. We'll just use the fish. We'll use the meat guy. He'll heal us. That is one weird-looking elf. Yeah, apparently we have infinite gold. That's perfectly fine with me. We just get through the story. That's the whole point. Oh wait, you know what I forgot? I forgot to equip our stuff. Okay. I had to remember the buttons. Do I have infinite magic? Oh boy. Okay, so apparently this one code I did gave us infinite magic. And infinite gold. That's... whatever. We're doing this for story. There we go. If I remember right, once you do that, you can't... yeah, once you're out here, you're stuck. Like, you can't go back unless you die. Kinda lame. Alright, so my gold is going up. It just doesn't go down when I buy things. How odd. You know what? Infinite magic works for me. It's gonna make our lives a little bit easier. It's not... I didn't intend that. That's an unintended side effect. I just did the gold one. But I will explain the why I do it part here in a second, because I think it is pretty early game that you find this place. Those guys don't give you nothing. Do they even give you experience? I forgot if they did. Yeah, they do. I think it's this guy. Yeah. Okay, so you see this place? Very beginning of the game, they got this right here, right? And you're like, how is that even possible? Like, are they teasing us? Well, the short answer is no, they're not. I'll show you where I do the grind too. It's counting down the gold, that's why it's just sitting there, even though my game's not counting down the gold. These two, this spell and this shield saves your bacon so far into the game. Which is why I actually do bother with the grind before I did this code thing before. Even though you have infinite gold, you have to wait for the tick down. Alright, can I equip it here? Nope, I gotta be outside. That's not cool. Oops. So we've already got, like, the best shield in the game. Alright, so where I would do the grind is... Oh, other room. Sorry. I'll show you. Actually, let me go ahead and do that since I have infinite magic. Alright. So to get the gold and the experience, I would literally just do this room repeatedly, over and over. It'd kill these two, and then go in here, and then go back. And if I remember right, the gold is actually decent. Yeah, it's like 48 gold per. 58, let's see. 58 to 17. So it's like about 50 to 60 gold apiece. See, so you would just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, over and over and over. And you would gain experience the whole time. See, like it's ticking up 20 experience per kill. So in the meantime, I would be gaining massive titles. Death doesn't work on those guys, I forgot about that. You would get just massive, you know, rolls of experience over and over and over. Even though I don't think the titles do anything for you. And then you know, if you go back and forth with the other room, and then you lose health, you would go back and forth in this room, and you would literally just, you know, get the bread. But if you don't have death yet, you would use deluge, and obviously deluge would tick down your magic if you didn't have, apparently, the hacks I got, which I didn't even put that... I only put the gold code in, I don't understand. But I'll take it, whatever. See, now I don't need small shield. I got that, and got that, so we're good. But going back and forth, doing that grind repeatedly over and over and over, that saves you a lot of headache in the beginning parts of the game. Because this game is a bit grindy. I know I have a key already, but I always like to carry an extra. And I think the bar is just for news. Yeah, we blocked the passage to the next town. Well, that means the wall don't mean nothing. So what he was talking about with shield is if I had the small shield and then there's a magic using dwarf that uses deluge against you, The small shield will block it, but you take damage anyway, just less of it. Whereas this magic shield, if I remember right, you don't take damage. It'll hit it and off you go, like everything's fine. Let's see if we can get a title. Nope, I don't have enough experience yet. But these are the codes you would get to save your game. And then you can come back and type in the code and be really frustrated if you didn't write the code down correctly, or your A looks like a 4 or something like that, and then you have to start all over. So this game taught you very good penmanship, because if you didn't write down your code and you got far into it, you would be pissed. And this was before the advent of cell phones and digital cameras and emulators, so you had to write it down. See, with an emulator, you just quick save your state. You don't have to do anything. You just load it up instantly. Alright, what's here? You would do this throughout your normal gameplay, too. They would just, you know, tell you all these things. It says 8 items. You choose well, right? So here's 4, 5, 6, 7... Well, there would be 8. There's 2 more slots. You can actually carry 9, because you would put something in your usable slot up there at the top right corner. So it's 8 plus 1, sort of like topping off your magazine. Some of you know what that means. So the thing you want to get to the quickest is the longsword, obviously, because daggers suck in terms of range. The other thing that's really a double-edged sword about death is you see how slow it goes. And because it moves so slowly, you can't cast another spell until it leaves the screen. Bit of an inconvenience. And my dogs are going absolutely crazy. Alright, so we need to go in here. And this is basically like our first dungeon, in air quotes. I mean, these are built into trees. And the reason we have to go in here is because if I had kept going to the right or east, we wouldn't be able to go further because of that wall that old lady told us about. So we get something here that gets us through the wall. And I gotta get my dogs to stop barking because, you know, rude on camera. Alright. These guys used to be a real pain in the butt because they would jump over you, and sometimes you would get nervous, and then you would jump into them. But, you know, eventually, playing this long enough, you figure out their patterns. Let me get the mouse out of the way for you. There we go. The jumping physics in this game were really terrible. Like, the gravity, it just felt like it had too much gravity. You know, like the distances you can jump across seem really short, like that. So, one thing that I would learn, or I had learned when I grew up playing this, was jump at the very last second when you think you're about to fall off the edge. Then you always make the jump. It's a hard lesson to learn the first couple times you play it, because you think, oh, it'll be fine, and it's not. Oops. Alright, so here's our first sort of boss, but because we have death, 3 hits, if we had deluge, it would take like all of the hits to kill him. Alright, so we have a Matic. Really? There we go. We should have enough experience for our first title, too. I think it was 1,000. And I think this game topped off at 65535 for experience in gold, even though the gold number goes all the way up to 1,000,000. I think that was just a trick. See how short that jump is? There we go. So later on in the game, well, I guess I'll show you. I'll just do it first. So here's the wall they were talking about. Obviously you can't get through it unless you go through that dungeon first. Right? So once you do that, you think, well, I've never got to come back this way again. And that's the way I used to play this game, is I would never go back that way. Well, the thing is you have a shop that shows up earlier in the game, later in the game, but early on, you know, in the next town or two over, that sells you a Matic, and you're like, well, what do I need that for? It's because if you had grinded out your gold somewhere else past this, you can backtrack that way to the west and go back to that shop and get this shield and the death spell. I was like, oh, that's why they did that. This little pedestal here, not only do you use it to make this jump, but every once in a while you get a random event where if you kill monsters, then something would spawn here. Sometimes it would be gloves, sometimes it would be red potion, sometimes it'd be mean and spawn a poison. And one of the more frustrating parts of this game was the poison potion color looked very similar to the health potion color, so you never really knew. You'd have to stop and squint at it for a while. And I think they did that deliberately, just to make you, you know, take your time, essentially. So that glove up there, if I ran back and forth to go get it, what it does is it gives you like a temporary boost to your offensive power. But there's a timer, that T with the 00 there. Alright, so... oh, it still takes magic, or it still takes health away. So, okay, even the magic shield requires a little bit of HP when you block. I thought it didn't. My mistake. Give me your bread. Alright. So, I think it was this room. This is the next room that I would grind. I would go back and forth this way, kill that guy, and then kill that guy. If you timed it just right, I think it was with the longsword though, you could jump into him and strike, and it would hit him twice and kill him. So you can actually do that grind very quickly going back and forth. But then you would come run to this shop. And you would buy all this. The one thing I remember about the longsword in this game was how long you were stuck with it. You were stuck with this sword for a long time. Like, it's your ride or die for almost, I'd say, 2/3 of the game, at least. I forgot why I need these so early on. I think I know why, but there's places that you can get that random drop where that would come up too. It's just, we ain't got time for that. We have unlimited gold. Why bother? Alright, so now we have a real weapon. So essentially what I would do is that would be the first thing I buy when I get to this town, is I would buy that. And then I would take it and go like that. So you would run into this guy and you would get a double hit and then third hit before he even strikes. And he would just go back and forth. You would get a lot of experience, and you would make the gold to buy all the other things, like the wing boots if you want them, or the studded mail if you want them. That's what I was talking about, where the game feels a bit grindy, because if you want to succeed without dying and, you know, repeating things over and over, you would do this back and forth, and it would kill time. So he gave us a title. I think our first title was Novice. Let's see if this guy has anything useful to tell us. I hear quite often about a fountain in the sky. When you go down from the town, you'll come to a place where the sky opens above. They say a fountain is up in the sky, but you need wing boots. That's why we bought the wing boots. Also, there's a guy that needs an elixir to restore the fountain, so we're gonna lose our elixir. But the place that you unlock the fountain gives you the elixir there. So even though I'm about to give him the one I have, we'll get one back. Alright, so I have a Jack key. I also have a Queen key. I forgot if I need that or not right away. I think we can do this with 4. I mean, we got the death spell already, so that should make our lives a bit easier. And then this is the same pattern every time, so you can time this like that. And I just happen to know the order of the fountains. So you have to do this one first, the one I'm heading to. But the other part is the game sort of makes it obvious, because if you go to the other places, there's nothing you can really do about it. Damn it. That short jump thing. I swear the gravity in this game feels just really excessive. There we go. Alright, so which key did I need here? Okay, so it is a Jack. Alright. Now I'm pretty sure that potion up there was a poison one. Which you can barely tell. It's like a brownish, pinkish salmon color, where the red potion in the game looks just like that on the ground, but just a little bit more red. It doesn't have this green tint to it when you walk by it, I think. I don't know, I'm working off old memory here. So the trick to this was, do not lose your elixir before you get to the guy at the fountain. Otherwise, you would have to go all the way back and get another elixir. And there is one in this map. It's just the traverse to get to it is pretty long. So you kind of want to get it right the first time. Especially if you miss that jump, because then you have to walk back, go up, and do this all over again. It used to frustrate the hell out of me. Okay, so if I remember right, that trip up that ladder is to the elixir. But since we already have one because we didn't use the one we bought in the very beginning of the game, we can go straight over to this side, is where you drop it off to the guy who says, I need an elixir to restore the fountain. Yeah, pretty sure that's what it is. Now, obviously, you wouldn't be using death this frivolously. That's the guy. Because death uses giant chunks of your magic. Like, if I remember right, your magic would be here, you would use it once, it would be like way down here. So you only had like 3 shots with it. You'd want to be very judicious with it. But we have infinite magic for some reason, so screw it. It's fine. Oh, I don't know if you saw that. On the left side of the screen, that's where the other elixir is, in case you need it. Okay. I have one. I don't get to say yes or no. Alright, so we got the first one done. So he's blaming this meteorite on the dwarves. Which, maybe they did do it. I don't know. It crashed into the world and then they took it? So, I gave up my elixir. I want that one. So let's take a shortcut. And I will show you what ointment does.
Overtime!
Basically, it just makes you immune to damage for a little while. But there's no timer on it, which is really annoying. So you never know when it's about to wear out. I think it's 30 seconds. It'd have been nice if they actually gave you a timer for it. The other annoying thing is even though you have ointment, you can walk through that dwarf up there. I guess that's a dwarf. But if he hits your shield, even with the ointment, you still take the damage. So you want to get through him as quickly as possible. Do not dally. I think that's poison down there too. This place is full of poison. Built-in game lag. Gotta love it. Alright, so then we enter this room here. This is your first real challenge of survival, is don't let that guy hit you with these rocks. See, because he'll just drop them right above where you're standing. Like that. So you think you're clever when you come around the corner in this room and go into him to attack him. But if he drops enough of those stones on you, I think it only takes like 3, you waste your elixir. I guess I'll show you. So if I was here doing it the old-fashioned way like that... Oh, he gave me a random wing boots. Anyway, you see how much health he took off of us? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him hit me, and I'm going to use my elixir. And what that does is it gives me full health and MP back. And let's go back and get this one. You always want to hold one of these. It's like an insurance policy. Just kill this guy before he can actually do anything. The death spell. One-shot kill for that guy. Nice. Okay, let's take this little shortcut right here. Because we're done with this spot. We've got everything this can offer. Ow. One of the other frustrating things is when you use a really powerful spell and you climb up a ladder and you have to attack something, sometimes you're still pushing up when you want to strike and that happens and you go through magic like nobody's business. So when I used to play this, before I did the grindy part for the death spell, when I was younger, I would only have Deluge. I would just make sure that I had my weakest spell on me just in case of an oops. I forgot what this guy's here for. It's a priest, but I think he tells you something useful. Go below the blue sky. You'll find a fountain in the sky. That's right. Basically, he's just telling us where to use the wing boots. Which I did not expect that other guy to give us a pair. We'll just touch it. I'll show you what happens. That happens. And it's kind of frustrating. Good thing we have a bunch of red potions, huh? There you go. Elixirs aren't everywhere in the game. There's only a couple of spots. So you really don't want to lose it or waste it. Now I gotta go where the blue sky is. So we'll fall that way, and this way. If I remember right, there's a spot on the very end of this that gives you a red potion. And yeah, you could avoid these guys. They always, like, jump over you. More or less. Oh yeah, that's right. If you go back and forth here, I'm gonna see if I can get a random item to pop just so you can see it. There it is. See, so you see how the red potion's almost exactly the same as the poison? Like the bottle's gray in this room. If I was in the other dungeon, the bottle would be the same color as the poison over there. It leads to a bit of confusion. Okay, so I can't remember if it's this room or this one. I think it's this one because it's open sky. Alright, so we want to use our wing boots. And then you hold the jump button, and you have to use your arrow keys. Uh-oh, maybe it was this room. Yeah, it was. Okay. I think I have enough time. The other thing I remember about the wing boots is, if you're wearing them and you climb ladders, it makes you climb them extremely fast. Hey, shh! Alright, so we'll talk to the fountain guy. Ho ho ho, I'll tell you about the water of the spring. He fell asleep. Quiet! The water was poisoned. The poison is almost gone. It's time to wake him up. Watch. Something is wrong. Oops! There you go. You got it going. Get the key from the Guri in the Tower of Fortress and search for the undiscovered first fountain. Oh, that's right. We do have to go back. Lame. Tower of Fortress. I don't remember where that is. Not offhand. We'll find it. Because this is where it requires the key. Joker. It's the only door in the game that requires that key. Oops. Come here, I need your bread. Oh. Oh, see, this spell is so slow. I'll wait for it. I need the health. Oh, that's fine. I was like, oh god, did I waste an elixir just now? There we go. Tower of Fortress. I really don't remember where that is. I guess that was back at that dungeon we were just in. Because that's the only other place to go. Pretty sure that's the only place to go. But we're out of Jack keys, right? Yeah. So technically I don't need the winged boots anymore either. We're kind of done with them. For a while. But I'll hang on to them. Because you can't sell items anyway. I have to admit, last night when I was deciding what game to play for Kicking It Old School, the first game that came to mind was Dragon Warrior 2, because obviously I played 1, what, 2 weeks ago? Or 3 weeks ago? So I thought we were just going to go through all the Dragon Warriors, but I couldn't find a code to up the experience rate just so we can get through the grind part quicker, and that game would be agonizingly slow. Like, maybe I'll jump in from time to time, you know, throughout progression. Like, I'll play an episode from the beginning, and then we'll move forward, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see if we can get another title. Maybe the title made magic usage less or something. I can't remember. I mean, I couldn't think of why there was a purpose for it. Maybe it was, it makes your spells require less magic or something. I don't think it had anything to do with the amount of damage you took from getting hit, though. Which still makes it sort of useless. Then again, if it makes the magic usage less, that's pretty good. That would be pretty good. Alright, so we sort of messed up. Actually, maybe we didn't mess up. Maybe we had to go and learn the message first. Like, maybe we had to learn we had to do that first. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's got to be this, because this is the only other place to go on this part of the map. And yes, I'm just going to spam death, because we got to get through it quickly. Oh, no. Oh, that was the other thing. You couldn't hit these guys with a dagger. But you could hit them with a longsword. For reasons. Okay. Take a quick look here. Alright. I think it's over here. I think there was more than one door. Yeah, it's here. I don't know why I'm afraid of this dude. I'm gonna wreck him. Oh, that's why. Look how much health he took. Holy crap. Is it this door? Yeah, it's gotta be this door. Use this key to open the door below. You'll find the first spring. That's funny. So if you think about it, they told you that the first spring was missing or lost or something, and then all of a sudden this guy just tells you exactly where it is. Just punch him right in his gut. Don't touch the poison. Alright, hold tight. I gotta do a brief pause for a second. I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
And I'm back. Real life got in the way for about, 20 minutes. Okay, so we have the Joker key. We had to jump through a few hoops to get it. Well, we have it. And I can just use a red potion. I was gonna go back to town, but what's the point? There we go. It's the express lane. Alright, now I need the key of Joker. His deluge is stronger than the other guys, which is why it takes a little bit more health. Thank you for coming. Well, you were sort of trapped in here. I will revive the spring right away. You do that. I'll give you the Ring of Ruby. Now push the rock away from the fountain. I made a mistake the first time I played this. I got this Ring of Ruby. Or I didn't get the Ring of Ruby. I just opened up the fountain and left. And I'm like, why the hell can't I get rid of this rock? I thought you get rid of the rock after 3 fountains were lit up. So then obviously I had to go back to the other tower. Too close to the door. Here. Get the Joker key and talk to that guy again. Oh, the things you do as a child. Because I'm pretty sure somewhere in all that involved me getting another set of wing boots and going up to the other fountain before I decided, oh, I better get that Joker key a second time. Apologies. Whew. That one snuck up on me. Do you want a treatment? It's 500 golds. Not for me. See that? I got the Nintendo Power credit card apparently. Okay, I already have a queen key. Let's just get one extra, just in case. Alright. What was the name of that place we're heading to? Macon? Something like that? Macon, Georgia? This time I could take the low road. I don't have to deal with these guys. There we go. So the fountain's sprung. You would think if I just sat here long enough, water erosion would take care of it. But nope, you gotta have that ring. That way you can do this. And then up we go. And I think this is where I need this. And now we get into the part that used to drive me crazy. The haze. This map, this section, zone, whatever you want to call it, builds up so much lag, built-in game lag. It drives you crazy. And then when you get to a dungeon and there's none of this haze, your eyes sort of freak out because you're like, everything's clean again. You're like, what the hell? And then you gotta jump back out in this crap. The other thing I found kind of entertaining is if this stuff poisoned the dwarves, how come it's not poisoning the elves? And misty town of Maskin, yeah. There are stores outside town. They sell useful items, though it's inconvenient to get there. I wonder if you could find them. Look up while you walk. Yeah, I know what she's talking about. There's one shop. When the meteorite is dissolved in water, it becomes poison, which will bring sickness. Yeah, it started when the dwarves brought it into the world tree. So this meteorite crashed into the world. The dwarves heard the noise, came outside, found this rock, turned it into an idol, brought it home, realized it was a poison, and the poison can kill elves. That's the gist of it. See if this guy has anything I can use. See, I don't need these either. This is where the Matic is. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where you can simply go back and get death and the magic shield instead of buying this stuff, if you really, saved your money. But I don't need it, because we've already got what's better than that. Yes, some areas are still burning. All useful information. Okay, I want to go up before I keep going east, because I think east is where we actually have to be. But I'm just curious what's up here. This is one of those shops that I have to find or whatever. Ooh, that was close. Oh man! Yeah, that's a thing. The damn game gravity. Oh wait, I'm only one floor down. Okay, I can just go this way. Yeah. Alright, let's try to be a little more careful. Already failing to do that? Ah, come on. There we go. If I remember right, you could drag one of these up higher. There we go. Because I want the bread. See if I can get him to go up higher too. Aww. There's definitely something here. Oh, there's a hole there! No! Ah. I hate this area so much. I think somebody made a hack that erased all of that stuff, and it makes this whole map look completely different and plain and boring. And for those of you who don't know, Ed Finley, Retro Gamer 3, now has created his company called R3 Games. I wish I'd paid attention when he was asking for a name, because I would have probably said something similar. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we can get it right this time. Fly has like 9 lives. Alright, what is this key? Queen. Do I have one? I better have one. Okay. Oh, it's a tower. Okay. Oh yeah, those drum guys. See what he's doing? He bangs on the drum, you have a couple of seconds to react. And, oh yeah, he's immune to death. I forgot about that. We're going through red potions. Damn it. Be because I am not wasting an elixir on this guy. No way. God, I hate that spell. Massive hit point sink. Massive hit point sink. Super irritating. All that for a red potion? Oh, Jesus. Are you immune to death? Nope. Yeah, I remember why I hate this tower. Yes, that's a red potion. No, I don't think it's worth the trip. Because of all that HP loss. God, that sucks. Is there another ladder up here? No. Oh, what? So, they should just call that the Tower of Useless. All that for a red potion. What a waste. At least we know. Now we know. Mystery solved. Useless tower. Tower of BS. CNN tower. Is there a doctor in the house? Yes, there is. Don't try too hard. We were told to look up for hidden shops. And I'm trying desperately to remember where that is. It might be that up there. Can I get there from here? Yeah, I guess I could. It's a bit of a jump challenge, but let's try it. Oh, we're probably going to need keys too. I should have bought extra keys. Let's go do that. This area frustrates you if you don't remember to bring keys. So what I'll do is pick up 2 queen keys and hope for the best. I think I'll buy a couple more red potions too, just to be on the safe side. This is the area that most people would lose their elixir. Alright. Let's go see the meat guy because he's quicker. Actually, you know what? Before we go any further, because it's going to take longer than the hour is going to give, so I'm going to cut this one just a little bit short. This was Kicking It Old School, Faxanadu. And if you like what you see, maybe hit the like button, maybe subscribe, or maybe share it with a friend. If you're new to my channel, welcome. But if you're a regular here, welcome back. Either way, maybe check out my other playlists and see if my other interests might be of interest to you. That's all I've got for you this week. Hopefully I'll have a new series to share with you for the week, but I haven't determined which one I'm going to play yet. So until then, we'll see you for the next episode of Kicking It Old School. It's pretty obvious what the next episode game will be. Later.